Excuse me, are you Mr. Roberto?
Good afternoon. Yes, it's me. You must be Mrs. Lorena Torres. A pleasure.
Are you the lawyer who is handling the inheritance of that Mr. Luciano?
Are you referring to your father?
Well, yes. Let's say that he is my father, although the truth is that I never spoke to him again since I was a child. I went to Europe and lost contact with that man.
So you can see that he took you into account in his will.
So he left everything to me. And what did the old man have?
Mrs. Lorena, don't worry. We'll talk about that. And no, she's not the only heiress. She must know that Don Roberto also had a son who must be yet to arrive.
Good sir. And by the way, I congratulate you. What a beautiful truck you have. It looks like it's going well. What I don't understand is why he summoned us here in this poor neighborhood and in front of this house so humble.
You'll understand, Mrs. Lorena.
Good afternoon, lawyer Roberto.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carlos. Welcome. See, I present to you Mrs. Lorena Torres. She's also the daughter of Don Luciano.
Ooh, little sister, what a joy.
Oh, please. Let's avoid hugs. I don't like them.
I'm so sorry, little sister.
Call me Lorena, please.
Well, please, let's go to the house. I have all the papers ready there.
Do we have to go in here? If he disinfected?
Mrs. Lorena, it's a humble but clean house. Please follow me. Well, as you know, Mr. Luciano was a very lonely man, and unfortunately, he lost contact with you two, his only children.
Please, lawyer, let's get down to business. I think it's going to make me sick to be here for so long.
The point is that here in this testament, there are two clauses stipulating his last will. Mr. Luciano left this house where we are in as an inheritance.
What? Just this pigsty?
Please let me finish, Mrs. Lorena. As I was saying, Mr. Luciano left this house where we are staying as an inheritance, and he also left the truck that is parked outside.
Oh, that truck belonged to that man. I thought it was your lawyer.
Yes, Mrs. Lorena. It belonged to Mr. Luciano. He wanted you to agree to see who got the house and who got the truck.
Well, the truth is that I think that truck looks better to me.
Mr. Carlos, do you agree that Mrs. Lorena should keep the truck?
The truth is, I don't want to get into a controversy with her. I'm satisfied with this house, humble and all, but here one can take shelter from the rain.
Perfect. So if you both agree, I ask you to please sign this document here. Mr. Carlos gave you the keys to his new house. Mrs. Lorena, I give you the keys to her new truck.
Not being anymore, I'm leaving. They're going to give me rashes from being here.
Wait a minute, Mrs. Lorena. We haven't finished.
How so? Is there more?
Of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, Mr. Luciano's will is embodied in two clauses. I already told you the first.
And what is the second?
Actually, Mr. Luciano not only had these two properties, Mr. Luciano amassed a great fortune throughout his life. He built two companies that are now very successful and also has several homes throughout the city, as well as vehicles and other property.
Oh, how exciting that old man was a millionaire! How much does it cost me?
Mrs. Lorena, that's where the second clause of the will comes in. Mr. Luciano left reflected that all his inheritance, his fortune, money, and property would go to the son or daughter who has chosen the humble house, that is, to Mr. Carlos.
Oh, don't wait. It's not fair. Carlos, I have more experience than you managing businesses. You keep the truck and I keep this ugly house. So they give me everything.
No, Mrs. Lorena, that cannot be done. You have already signed the document, and Mr. Carlos will be the heir to all of Mr. Luciano's fortune.
No, it can't be. Damn disgusting old man.